Welcome to Swiftly Explained, and this is part 2 of explaining every song and every lyric on the Life of a Showgirl album. We're going to deep dive into all the hidden details in the lyrics, like explaining the full story behind Taylor's diss track about Charlie XCX, talking about the Blake Lively drama, confessing she already knew that Travis was going to propose, and so much more. We covered the first 6 songs on part 1 of this video, so make sure to watch that as well. Like and subscribe if you enjoy these kinds of videos, and head over to my Patreon page for more unseen Taylor Swift videos. Okay, let's head right into track 7, called Actually Romantic. This song is an answer to Charlie XCX song Sympathy is a Knife. Before I start dissecting these 2 songs, I want to explain the complete timeline of Taylor and Charlie's friendship so you understand the full picture. Taylor Swift and Charlie XCX were once allies, but nearly a decade later, that friendship has become one of pop culture's most fascinating feuds. Their very first public meeting that we know of was in 2014. Taylor was photographed backstage at Jingle Bell Ball in December with Charlie. By October 2015, Taylor invites Charlie to perform her breakout hit, Boom Clap, on stage during the 1989 World Tour in Toronto. Then fast forward to March 2018. Taylor officially announces that Charlie, along with Camila Cabello, will open for her massive Reputation Stadium tour. It was one of the biggest tours in history, and Charlie joined Taylor and Camila on stage nightly for Shake It Off performance. But a year after the tour ended, things took a turn. In August 2019, Charlie gave an interview to Pitchfork where she reflected on the Reputation tour. She said the experience made her feel like she was a dancer rather than an artist. While Charlie likely meant that the pop audiences weren't her usual crowd, fans took it as shade toward Taylor. Swifties flooded social media, interpreting the comment as ungrateful, and, from then, whispers of tension began. Years later, in 2023, Taylor and Charlie's worlds overlapped again, this time through their ties to the 1975 band. Taylor was dating Maddie Healy, and Charlie was dating George Daniel, who are both in the band. The connection brought them back into the same orbit, but it also complicated things. Then came June 2024. Charlie dropped her highly praised album Brat, full of chaos, honesty, and club energy. One track, Sympathy is a Knife, immediately caught attention. The song sounded like an admission, envy, discomfort, and insecurity about Taylor's towering fame and presence. Then the storm hit in October 2025. Taylor released her highly anticipated album, The Life of A Showgirl. And now let's dissect Charlie's song Sympathy is a Knife first before we see Taylor's answer in Actually Romantic. The song is basically a confession of jealousy, anxiety, and self-awareness. In the starting line, she says, "I don't want to share this space. I don't want to force a smile." Right away, Charlie sets the scene, being around another woman who makes her uncomfortable. She's tired of pretending to be friendly, of faking a smile in an environment where she feels overshadowed. That space could be a backstage, a studio, or even the spotlight itself. This one girl taps my insecurities, don't know if it's real or if I'm spiraling. Here she admits that this girl, the one everyone assumes is Taylor, triggers deep insecurity. Charlie's unsure whether the threat is real or if it's just in her own head, but either way, it sends her spiraling. One voice tells me that they laugh, George says. "I'm just paranoid," says he just don't see it, he's so naive. The George she mentions is George Daniel, drummer of the 1975 band and Charlie's real-life partner. She tells him she feels mocked or compared, but he doesn't see it. "I'm embarrassed to have it, but need the sympathy." Charlie hates that she feels jealous, but she also wants comfort for it. She knows it's petty, yet she can't stop craving empathy. "'Cause I couldn't even be her if I tried. I'm opposite. I'm on the other side." This is where she names the contrast outright. She and Taylor are opposites. Charlie's the underground, avant-pop rebel. Taylor's the global mainstream superstar with bubbly feminine personality. "I feel all these feelings I can't control. All this sympathy is just a knife." The chorus is self-loathing and violent in imagery. She's flooded with emotion she can't manage, and even when people offer sympathy, it cuts deeper, like a knife. "Don't want to see her backstage at my boyfriend's show, fingers crossed behind my back. I hope they break up quick." When Charlie sings about her boyfriend's show, she's talking about the 1975 concerts. From these lyrics, we find out that Taylor was backstage at many of the concerts waiting for Maddie and Charlie, was insecure and jealous. She secretly wished for them to break up. And I think this is the line that enraged Taylor the most and encouraged her to write the diss track. Charlie knows she can't compete with Taylor's level of fame or control, and that knowledge cuts deeper than the rivalry itself. The song ends not with hate, but with exhaustion, the feeling of someone who's painfully aware of her own envy. It captures the insecurity of standing beside someone the whole world seems to worship. Now let's move on to Taylor's answer in Actually Romantic.
Sort of a love letter to someone who hates you. It's sort of like sometimes you don't know that you're a part of someone else's story, but you are. And then where it's unveiled to you through things that they do that are very overt. Oh my God, that's so much. You did so much with this. Like it's flattering. I don't hate you and I don't think about this, but like, thank you for all the effort. Honestly, like that is, wow. That is very, very sweet of you to think about me this much, even if it's negative. Like in my industry, like attention is affection, and you've given me a whole lot of it. So,
at first listen, it sounds playful, but beneath the shimmer, it's a razor-edged response to Charlie. I heard you call me boring Barbies when the Cokes got you brave. Taylor starts with a dagger-sharp opener. She's referencing when Charlie reportedly called her a boring Barbie, in reference to her polished mainstream image. By adding when the Cokes got you brave, Taylor flips the insult back, implying Charlie only gets bold under the influence, throwing shade from a place of insecurity. High-fived my ex, and then you said, you're glad he ghosted me. And in these lyrics, we find out that Charlie was extremely happy when Maddie broke up with Taylor and ghosted her, while Taylor was absolutely miserable and sad when she was going through her breakup and writing the Tortured Poets Department album. Charlie was celebrating her grief. And I think this is a thing that enraged Taylor the most. Wrote me a song saying it makes you sick to see my face. Some people might be offended, but it's actually sweet. This is Taylor directly referencing Sympathy is a Knife. She quotes its emotion, makes you sick to see my face, and flips it. What Charlie intended as a confession of jealousy, Taylor treats as a love letter. Instead of getting offended, she calls it sweet. It's the most Taylor Swift thing ever, transforming venom into victory. All the time you spent on me, it's honestly wild. All the effort you put in, it's actually romantic. Now the tone shifts from mocking to theatrical. Taylor's saying, if you think about me this much, that's not hate, that's devotion. She rebrands obsession as affection, turning Charlie's criticism into flattery. It's basically just Taylor living rent-free in Charlie's mind. I really gotta hand it to you, no man has ever loved me like you do. This line is pure Swiftian sarcasm. I hadn't thought of you in a long time, but you keep sending me funny valentines. She hasn't thought about Charlie, but Charlie keeps releasing songs, interviews, and subtle references. And I know you think it comes off vicious, but it's precious, adorable, like a toy chihuahua barking at me from a tiny purse. That's how much it hurts. This is the song's most viral lyric. Taylor compares Charlie's jads to a toy chihuahua, loud, persistent, but ultimately harmless. It's a perfect image. Charlie snarling from the corner of the internet while Taylor, calm and amused, continues walking her runway. How many times has your boyfriend said, "Why are we always talking about her?" This line breaks the fourth wall. Taylor's imagining George, Charlie's boyfriend, getting tired of hearing about her. And this lyric also confirms that the song was written before July 2025, because George and Carly got married after that, and in this lyric, Taylor still refers to him as her boyfriend. You think I'm tacky, baby, stop talking dirty to me. It sounded nasty, but it feels like you're flirting with me. She takes Charlie's insults and turns them into flirtation. Every critique becomes foreplay. Taylor's not bothered, she's entertained. I mind my business, God's my witness that I don't provoke it. The final verse pushes the mockery to its climax. Taylor insists she's done nothing to cause this feud. I mind my business, but admits the attention still excites her. The line, "It's kind of making me wet," is tongue-in-cheek, a cheeky way of saying she's turned on by being the obsession. Where Charlie's song was self-doubt and spiraling, Taylor's song is composure and control. One song bleeds, the other smirks. It's not just a diss track, it's Taylor Swift, the master dramatist, turning conflict into performance art, and reminding everyone that in pop culture's love story, she always gets the last word. Now moving on to Wishlist, Taylor's personal favorite track on the album. Unlike the glittering satire of Actually Romantic, this one is tender, grounded. It's Taylor's quiet love letter to her fiancé Travis Kelce, a song about realizing that everything she's ever wished for, the fame, the recognition, the glamour, means nothing compared to finding something real. Taylor opens by listing everyone else's desires, the celebrity wish list. It's the high-gloss fantasy of fame, yachts, helicopters, luxury fashion, filtered perfection. But her tone isn't judgmental. It's weary. She's seen that world, lived inside it, and knows that none of it fills the silence. They want that complex female character. They want that critical smash Palme d'Or and an Oscar on their bathroom floor. They want it all. Here, Taylor widens the lens, talking about artists, actors, creators. Everyone chasing validation, awards, prestige. It's her nod to her own career too. The endless striving to be critically respected. And they should have what they want. They deserve what they want. Hope they get what they want. I just want you. This is the heart of Wish List. It's the moment she steps off the pedestal and speaks like a woman in love. While the Mue chases clout, she just wants Travis. Have a couple kids, got the whole block looking like you. We tell the world to leave us the F alone, and they do. This verse paints her dream life with Travis, not a red carpet, but a front porch. The line about the whole block looking like you is playful. She imagines their future family, little Kelce's running around, and that we tell the world to leave us alone, and they do. Privacy, peace, normalcy, the kind of quiet she's never had. They want that freedom. Living off the grid, they want those 3 dogs that they call their kids, and that good surf, no hypocrites, they want it all. Taylor returns to the chorus idea, listing the lives everyone else seems to want. I think all these wishes that she's listing are from her real friends and family, and she wants the best for them. I made wishes on all of the stars. Please, God, bring me a best friend who I think is hot. This line feels ripped straight from a diary entry. Taylor has sung about loneliness for years, but here, she's finally specific. She didn't want perfection. She wanted a best friend. Someone funny, kind, and yes, hot. And that's exactly how she's described Travis in interviews.
Just give me a best friend who's hot.
Yeah.
Do you think you've achieved that now with Travis?
100%. I'm like, look what I got.
Oh my God, the ring. Sorry, the ring.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Stunning.
You would love him. You would love him. He's a blast. He's just the most fun person. Life of any party, even when it's just us. So it's like, yeah, that is the goal, isn't it? Find a best friend who you think is hot.
Yeah. It's like amazing.
The man who makes her laugh like she's 8 again. I thought I had it right, once, twice, but I did not. You caught me off my guard. Taylor acknowledges her past relationships, Joe Alwyn, Maddie Healy, the time she thought she'd found her forever. But she admits she was wrong. And the phrase, you caught me off my guard, is so telling. Travis came when she wasn't looking, when she'd sworn off love. That's what makes this track so special. It's about being surprised by stability. I hope I get what I want, because I know what I want. The song ends like a whispered prayer. After all the fame, heartbreak, and reinvention, Taylor's wish list is finally short. No awards, no headlines. Just love, laughter, and a home with Travis. It's one of Taylor's rare love songs that doesn't have any hidden anxiety or stress about the relationship.
You're saying, that you want like this, you want to build a life with them and you want it to feel like home. And I learned about sports for this man.
Track 9, Wood, is where Taylor Swift lets her humor and heart collide. It's flirty, superstitious, and just a little mystical. A song about love that finally feels lucky after years of bad omens. This is also the first time Taylor has ever praised a guy's manhood this way, which is eye-opening. Travis is basically fulfilling all of those Highlander 6'5" man fantasies that almost every girl secretly has when she starts reading romance novels.
Song about superstitions, very popular superstitions, knocking on wood, black cats stepping on a crack, and things like that.
Taylor opens with a daisy, that classic symbol of innocence and heartbreak. She's playing that old game, he loves me not, but now with the weight of her past. It's a wink back to her breakup with Joe Alwyn, where love felt uncertain, petals constantly falling off. Penny's unlucky, I took him back, and then stepped on a crack, and the black cat laughed. Here, Taylor slides into superstition mode, a little dark humor about Maddie Healy. She admits she took him back, knowing it wasn't lucky, stepping on a crack, crossing paths with a black cat, it's her way of saying she ignored the warning signs, and the universe, she jokes, was laughing at her for it. And baby, I'll admit I've been a little superstitious. Fingers crossed until you put your hand on mine. This is the turning point when Travis enters the story. She's saying she used to rely on luck and omens, but when he took her hand, she didn't need superstition anymore. It's love that feels grounded, safe, not a gamble. Seems to me that you and me, we make our own luck. A bad sign is all good, I ain't gotta knock on wood. The chorus is cheeky and confident. Taylor flips the superstition on its head. She doesn't need to knock on wood for luck because Travis himself is her good luck charm. Together, they don't wait for fate, they create it. All of that wishing on a falling star never did me any good, I ain't gotta knock on wood. Here, she's laughing at her old self, the one who made wishes and worried about signs. Forgive me, it sounds cocky. Redwood tree, it ain't hard to see. This verse is classic, showgirl era Taylor, confident and clever. And I think we all know what redwood tree symbolizes here, so I won't explain that. But we can surely say that their love was so good that Taylor had no choice but to write about it and let the whole world know too. Girls, I don't need to catch the bouquet to know a hard rock is on the way. This is the line that confirmed that Taylor already knew Travis was going to propose. She wasn't uncertain like she was with Joe, so she confidently admits that she doesn't even need to catch the bouquet. And baby, I'll admit I've been a little superstitious. The curse on me was broken by your magic wand. Now she's joking about breaking the curse, a callback to how her past relationships always ended in heartbreak. But with Travis, the spell is lifted. His magic wood, also known as redwood tree, broke her curse. Seems to me that you and me, we make our own luck, new heights of manhood, I ain't gotta knock on wood. And finally, the perfect punchline. Taylor drops New Heights, a direct nod to Travis and Jason Kelsey's podcast. It's flirty, funny, and self-aware. Taylor turns superstition into celebration. It's the sound of a woman who's finally stopped waiting for the stars to align. Because she's found someone who makes his own luck and makes her believe in it too.
And it would be all these superstitions. And it really started out in a very innocent place. You know, it started out like, I don't know what happened, man.
We went off the rails.
I got in there, we started vibing, and I don't know. I don't know how we got here, but I love the song so much.
It's perfect.
Now let's move on to track 10, Cancelled, which is one of the more darker songs on the album. Taylor takes a long reflective look at fame, friendship, and judgmental people in our society. And it also touches upon Taylor and Blake's friendship in the public eye. Once her closest ally in the glittering chaos of fame, Blake and Taylor's friendship has been one of Hollywood's quiet constants. From baking nights to baby names in her lyrics, they were inseparable. But things took a different turn when Blake got involved in the It Ends With Us movie controversy. I have a whole separate video explaining the entire case and how Taylor got dragged into it, so feel free to check that out if you like. The starting lines. You thought that it would be okay. At first, the situation could be saved, of course. Taylor opens with Blake's recent controversy. When the backlash hit, Blake tried to fix it. But by the time she spoke, the internet had already decided her fate. But they'd already picked out your grave and hearse. Beware the wrath of masked crusaders. This is Taylor at her sharpest. She's saying, once the mob decides you're guilty, there's no saving yourself. The masked crusaders are the online moral police, the ones who love justice as long as it's trending. Did you girl boss too close to the sun? Did they catch you having far too much fun? Here, Taylor teases Blake, a woman known for being overconfident, outspoken, maybe even too much for some people. She's playing on the Icarus myth, flying too high, too proud, and getting scorched for it. The good thing I like my friends cancelled, I like 'em cloaked in Gucci and in scandal. Like my whiskey sour and poison thorny flowers. This is the heart of the song, Taylor's declaration of loyalty. She's saying, I don't want perfect friends. She wants the ones who've been through it, the ones rich, complicated, and a little bruised.
People gossiping about you in your town, negative comments that you read on your Instagram, like you can literally feel canceled by any sort of social backlash that you get. Anytime like people get backlash, I tend to get to be the person they reach out to. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, no, somebody told me that you got in trouble for making that joke. I definitely judge people a lot less now that I've been kind of under the microscope for so long. I just judge people based on who I know them to be, their actions, not like some sort of general consensus where people are like, step away, they're radioactive. I'm just like not going to do that. I'm going to do that if somebody proves that they're not a good person.
Welcome to my underworld, where it gets quite dark. At least you know exactly who your friends are. They're the ones with matching scars. Taylor turns the canceled idea into something almost poetic. In her underworld, her circle of survivors, the only people left are the ones who've also been broken. These aren't glossy red carpet friendships anymore. They're the battle-worn kind that come with scars. It's easy to love you when you're popular, the optics click, everyone prospers, but one single drop, you're off the roster. This is Taylor's most brutally honest moment. She's describing the way Hollywood and the internet treat women. They adore you until one bad headline ruins everything. You're not a person anymore, just a trending topic. And the world that once cheered for you suddenly wants your head. Did you make a joke only a man could? Were you just too smug for your own good? Or bring a tiny violin to a knife fight? Baby, that all ends tonight. Here, Taylor's mocking the impossible standards women face in fame. You can't be funny, loud, confident, or defiant because the same traits celebrated in men are crucified in women. They stood by me. Before my exoneration, they believed I was innocent, so I'm not here for judgment. This is the emotional climax. Taylor remembers when Blake stood by her during the Kanye West feud. When the world called Taylor a liar, a snake, and a manipulator, Blake didn't leave. So now, Taylor's returning the favor with no judgment on her part. But if you can't be good, then just be better at it. Everyone's got bodies in the attic or took somebody's man, will take you by the hand, and soon you'll learn the art of never getting caught. This is Taylor at her most mischievous and self-aware. She's saying, everyone in this industry has skeletons. The trick isn't purity, it's survival. You don't have to be innocent, just smart enough not to get caught. It's a cynical truth, but an honest one, and she's embracing it with a smirk, no shame. I salute you if you're much too much to handle. The final verse ties it all together. Taylor salutes Blake, and every woman who's ever been too much. Can't you see my infamy loves company? Now they've broken you like they've broken me, but a shattered glass is a lot more sharp. In these lines, Taylor reminds people that being shattered doesn't make you weak. It makes you sharper, clearer, stronger. And in those cracks, you finally see who your true friends are. Cancelled isn't a song about blame. It's about empathy. It's Taylor saying, we've all been the villain in someone's story. And maybe, in the ashes of reputation, that's where our truest forms thrive. Track 11, Honey, might be one of my most favorite songs on the album. Taylor describes a word that used to sting, until one man said it differently. Taylor opens the song with quiet confidence. It's not permission, it's belonging. After years of heartbreak, she's finally found someone. When anyone called me sweetheart, it was passive-aggressive at the bar, and the chick was telling me to back off, 'cause her man had looked at me wrong. Taylor flashes back to the past, to the cattiness, the jealousy, the fake smiles in crowded rooms, when someone called her sweetheart then. It wasn't affection, it was a warning. Every word was a weapon in disguise. If anyone called me honey, it was standing in the bathroom, white teeth, they were saying that skirt don't fit me, and I cried the whole way home. This is heartbreak of another kind, not from lovers, but from girlhood itself. She remembers the bathroom insults, the whispered comparisons, the tears she hid in the car. Even a sweet word like honey became laced with cruelty. And then, everything changes. Travis calls her honey, and the word heals itself. All those old blues, the sadness she once painted over Joe Alwyn, turned golden again. With him, honey doesn't sting, it soothes. Honey, I'm home, we could play house, we can bed down, pick me up, who's the baddest in the land? What's the plan? These sound like playful snippets from their everyday life. Inside jokes, casual banter. It's domestic bliss, the football star coming home, Taylor teasing him back. They're partners now, not opposites. A home built on laughter, not tension. You could be my forever nightstand, honey. One of the sweetest lines on the album. She's flipping the idea of a one-night stand, turning something fleeting into forever. It's her way of saying, you're not temporary, you're my always. Sweetie, it's yours, kicking indoors, take it to the floor, give me more, buy the paint in the color of your eyes, and graffiti my whole life. These are again all of the sentences that Travis must have said to Taylor. From the podcast, we know he calls her sweetie, too. Take it to the floor might be a metaphor for how they broke the bed in passion and then had to take it to the floor. Taylor's also lying on a broken bed in the lyric music video, so it's a clever nod to their uncontrollable love. The paint in the color of your eyes is her way of saying she wants him in every aspect of her life, in every way possible. When anyone called me late night, he was screwing around with my mind asking, "What are you wearing?" Too high to remember in the morning. Then she looks back again to Maddie Healy, the chaotic calls, the half attention, the emptiness. He probably called her high at night asking what she was wearing. It wasn't romance, it was loneliness disguised as connection. And when anyone called me lovelies, they were finding ways not to praise me. But you say it like you're in awe of me, and you stay until the morning. Joe might have called her lovely. But even compliments from him came with distance. Polite, restrained, never adoring. Travis says it differently. When he calls her lovely, he means it. He stays, he listens, he laughs, he's there. And stay until the morning again references Maddie and how he was gone by the morning, but Travis stays with her. In Honey, Taylor Swift rewrites the dictionary of love. Every word that once hurt her becomes a healing spell. And the moral of the story? When it's real. Even the simplest word can sound like forever. Let's move on to the final track on the album, The Life of a Showgirl. The moment where Taylor Swift steps off the glittering stage, looks back, and tells us what fame really taught her. Her name was Kitty, made her money being pretty and witty. They gave her the keys to the city, then they said she didn't do it legitly. Taylor opens with a story about a showgirl named Kitty. But Kitty isn't just one woman. She's a symbol of every pop star who was crowned, then crucified. Loved for her sparkle, but accused of faking her shine. I bought a ticket. She's dancing in her garters and fishnets, 50 in the cast, 0 missteps. Looking back, I guess it was kismet. She paints a picture of herself as a young girl, buying a ticket to watch her idol on stage. The idol could be Britney Spears because Taylor was a huge fan of her growing up. Taylor watched her dance on stage in her garters and fishnets wanting to be her. I waited by the stage door, packed in with the autograph hounds, barking her name, then glowing like the end of a cigarette. "Wow," she came out. I said, "You're living my dream." You can almost see little Taylor in this scene, waiting, nervous, bouquet in hand. Just another fan outside the stage door hoping to catch a glimpse of her idol. When her idol finally walks out, Taylor blurts out the truth. "You're living my dream." And what comes next changes everything. She said, "Hey, thank you for the lovely bouquet. You're sweeter than a peach, but you don't know the life of a showgirl, babe, and you never ever gonna." It's not cruelty, it's a warning. That star, whoever she was, saw something in Taylor. Ambition, innocence, maybe both. But she also knew the truth. That fame is beautiful, until it bites. Taylor was too young, too soft, too pure to understand yet. The more you play, the more you pay. It's the cost of art. Every song, every smile, every scandal, it all comes with a price. And Taylor, still innocent back then, couldn't imagine how high the price would be. She was a menace, the baby of the family in Lenox. Her father roamed around like all men did. Her mother took pills and played tennis. Then Sabrina's lines start. This story shifts. She's talking about another showgirl. This one comes from chaos, broken home, and family shame. She waited by the stage door as the club promoter arrived. She said, "I'd sell my soul to have a taste of a magnificent life that's all mine." That desperate hunger, that's the deal every young artist makes. You trade your peace for applause. And Taylor whispers, "That's not what showgirls get." Because she knows now, fame doesn't fill the void. It just dresses it up. I took her pearls of wisdom, hung them from my neck. I paid my dues with every bruise. I knew what to expect. Taylor's lines start again, and she confesses that she took her idol's advice, her pearls of wisdom, and knew what to expect from the music industry. "Do you want to take a skate on the ice inside my veins?" They ripped me off like false lashes and then threw me away. This is the coldest line on the album, literally and emotionally. Taylor's seen betrayal up close, managers, media, lovers. They used her sparkle, then tossed her aside. But she didn't shatter, she froze over. And in that ice, she found power. And all the headshots on the walls of the dance hall are of the people who wish I'd hurry up and die. It's brutal honesty, the younger artists waiting in line. The critics eager for her downfall. She knows they're out there. But I'm immortal now, baby dolls. I couldn't if I tried. That's the triumph. Taylor's not chasing validation anymore. She is the standard now. Her legacy is sealed. The name Taylor Swift is forever inked in pop culture. So I say, thank you for the lovely bouquet. I'm married to the hustle, and now I know the life of a showgirl, babe, and I'll never know another. Now she's the one standing at the stage door, accepting flowers from the next dreamer. But unlike her idol, Taylor doesn't mourn them away. She just tells the truth. This life isn't easy, but it's hers. And she wouldn't trade it for anything else either. Pain hidden by the lipstick and lace sequins are forever, and now I know the life of a showgirl, babe, wouldn't have it any other way. Pain hidden by the lipstick is a direct callback to how Taylor was absolutely miserable at the start of the Eras tour, but hid her pain behind her smile because of her fans. Every heartbreak, every scandal, every sleepless night, they become sequins on the gown of her life. And as the curtain falls, Taylor whispers, I know the life of a showgirl now, and I wouldn't have it any other way. No matter what she had to go through, she confesses that she still wouldn't change a thing, and that shows that Taylor truly loves what she does. Thank you so much for watching this breakdown. Let me know your favorite song and lyric from the album, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.